I know, and most of you who've listened know that you are a lifelong Raider fan. That is your team. And I haven't talked to you off air, and to be honest, I haven't seen this on your Twitter, so I might be running into a trap here. But I think it's embarrassing, Sean, the way some Raider fans are going off about Derek Carr, burning his jersey, saying he treated the team unfair. When it comes to Derek Carr himself, as a Raider fan, how do you look at how he's behaved since being taken out of the game and eventually released?
Oh, I think before that he was a model citizen. I mean, he's been a really good player, 4,000-yard seasons, and has done a nice job. I think he's a good player, and he's going to help somebody.
Yeah,
I was taken aback by, if you're going to be the proclaimed leader and, quite frankly, kind of refer to yourself as a leader, I was taken aback by the decision to stay home the last 2 weeks. Even if they gave you the option to stay or go, or you didn't feel like you want to get in the way of Stidham, that was a bad way to do it. You should have forced your way to stay in the building like Matt Ryan did in Indy and be there supporting. I did not like that. I don't care how it went down. He should have done everything. He's on salary, getting paid. You stay there and support the guy regardless. Now, so that's my only complaint about that. I think the Raiders have mishandled it quite often. Derek Carr, I think, mishandled that 2 weeks away from the building. You're a teammate. That's what we do. You support another guy regardless. And then, and I don't care if your feelings are hurt. Athletes' feelings get hurt. The burning the jerseys, I think when fans burn jerseys, and they can take this however they want, I think it's stupid. It's idiotic, and most players just are laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. And I would have done what Derek Carr did. If you're going to bench, not the 2 weeks off, but if you're going to bench me and you're trying to use me to go out and get you an asset, and even if I deserve to be benched, you're trying to use me as an asset. You gave me the no-trade clause, so I'm going to take the no-trade clause and I'm going to use it to my advantage. You're not trading me where you want to trade me. I'm not doing that to you. I'm not doing you a solid because, well, you're going to go with another quarterback. I'm going to do what's best for me if I'm Derek Carr moving forwards, meaning, well, you don't get that third-round pick. You're going to cut me. I'll take the chance that I can go get a guaranteed contract from somebody else, and I'm going to pick my location. Where the Raiders made a mistake, and Dave, guys, I'm adamant about this on my show. I cannot stand an organization, and too many of them do it, that think that you have to give every quarterback a no-trade clause. Or like in baseball, or the one-year opt-out, like Correa wanted. I would have said, take your ass out the door. I'm not giving you a one. You're not using me as your stepping stone to get a $300 million contract. And I said it. It's the same thing here. If you're dumb enough, and a lot of teams are, to give a no-trade clause, and it comes back to bite you in the end when you have to get rid of a guy, that's on you. My $40 million guaranteed is your no-trade clause, dude. I'm not giving you a no-trade clause. I wouldn't give one to Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't have given one to Kyler Murray. I wouldn't give one to Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't have given one to Tom Brady. You don't get to dictate the future of my friggin' franchise. That's on the Raiders. I would have done with Derek Carr. You go ahead and cut me. I'm going to go where I get to go and play, not where you get the best draft pick.
Sean Salisbury joining us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Sean, do want to pick your brain here on the Raiders and Carr in general in this aspect. I went down a rabbit hole of Raiders quarterbacks over the years. In your mind, is Carr the best Raiders quarterback post-Jim Plunkett?
Let's see. Stabler was pre-Plunkett. Carr, over the course of time, yes, in a one-season thing, I'd take Rich Gannon.
Yeah.
I think, he's the NFL MVP, and I haven't been a teammate of Rich and watched the way he studied and transformed his career from a guy who had great feet to a guy who became a phenomenal pocket passer, and he was tough as hell.
But Hostetler.
I would take Gannon. Hostetler, I would take Carr probably because I think he's a more explosive passer, but Hostetler, tough as 100-year-old leather. But Carr's production over the course of time, just statistically better. Now, like I said, I'm not a teammate of his, so I wouldn't know. But just on the surface and the optics, Carr, and I'm trying to think, keep throwing names at me, and I'll say a no or yes.
I mean, there's Gannon.
Really, Derek Carr.
Jay Schrader?
Who?
Jay Schrader. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say that Gannon, post-Plunkett, it's Gannon, and Carr, then Carr. Yeah, and obviously we know Stabler before him, so that's fair. But no, I wouldn't put, even though it was a shorter term, I would take Gannon in a one season at their prime over Derek Carr.
Sean Salisbury with us. Super Bowl. Do you make the call? Do you make that holding call? Players said it was a holding call. Emmanuel Acho, I heard this was an interesting take, said it's like giving a speeding ticket for someone going 60 and a 55. And there's people that say, listen, you make the call. If it's a penalty, you make the call regardless. Where did you stand on that holding call?
Well, I understand people say, well, they're not calling it early. They didn't call it late. Okay, remember when when they lined up offsides? When the Chiefs lined up offsides? What if we'd have just said, well, he's only a quarter of a helmet offsides. Just let it go.
Right.
We'll give you a free 5 yards. So I get they let them play. You're letting them be physical, hand fighting. But the problem is when you grab the jersey from behind and we see God in the world to see. If in basketball, if we haven't been calling fouls and it's a physical game, and all of a sudden your guy goes to the rim and gets hacked at the rim, and we decide to let it go because he just got him on the forearm, but not the forearm and the elbow, what happened? The team, if you're the other team, the Chiefs, wouldn't you be pissed if they didn't make the call? So I get both arguments, but the call by the letter of the law is the right call. I don't know where we got in baseball and basketball and football to where we say, well, I didn't call that a strike in the first 7 innings, but I kind of thought the high strike was a strike now, so I'll call it a strike. I don't know where we got the umpires and referees owe us to if you didn't miss it in the first quarter, why are you going to miss it? Or if you did call it, why would you not call it then? I don't understand. A strike's a strike, a foul's a foul, and a holding call is a holding call because one team's going to suffer and one's not like it. So it was the right call, and it's not the reason that the Philadelphia Eagles didn't close out the Super Bowl.
Last thing, and we got 30 seconds, Sean, but I got to ask you. Somebody asked me this in the hall just in the last break. I thought it was interesting. Are the Kansas City Chiefs right now a dynasty?
Yes.
Okay. 5
straight AFC title games. Now, I know a lot of people want a third one, but in such a short period of time to go to 5 straight AFC title games and to win 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls, they absolutely are. Now, there's longer dynasties, but in the short term, there's absolutely no question, and the head coach and quarterback are going to be there. It's not going away.
The best in the business, Sean Salisbury, knocks out his 4-hour show in Houston, then comes on with us and so many others, spreading the wisdom, the humor, and so much more. Sean, appreciate you. We'll talk to you in a week, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Take care. That is Sean Salisbury, who has